Hello everyone, welcome to ꜱᴛ. So today we're gonna study about stained glass gel. Let me show you. First we're gonna study about how stained glass gel is layered, and then we're gonna study how it's gonna blend and shade. Is some of the purpose that stained glass gel have. Then after that we're gonna study about texture design, detail design, marble design, and glow design are some of the techniques that stained glass gel are responsible for. So first up, let me invite myself first. Okay, ready, Dustin? Tinovo Shop. There.
There we go.
Okay. Almost. Give me just a second. Ready? Okay. We are connecting ourselves right now, so it took a little while. Just a second.
Do you want me?
Exhale. Do it again. All over. Exhale.
Okay.
Scroll down so you see a little circle. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Now invite. There.
Perfect.
All right, let's get started, you guys. Okay. So first, we're gonna study about the color that we have for stained glass gel. So stained glass gel, we have 14 different colors. From number 1 to number 7 is light and bright. This is number 1. This is highlight yellow. This is lime green, orange, hot pink, coral, fuchsia pink, and aqua blue. So these are light and bright colors. Then from number 8 to number 14 is deep and rich. So this is number 7. This is ultramarine, yellow oxide. This is emerald. This is black art gels. And this is brown. This is deep purples. And this is deep red. So again, 7 and 14 is light and bright. Today, I will use a lot of blue, a lot of red, a lot of emeralds, purples. First, let's learn about its laying ability. So I'm going to use red first. All right. Oh, you're over there. All right, so first is layers. As you know, stained glass gel can chrome very well. So I'm going to use it for chrome first. So right here, I have a background of moonlight chrome. So this is moonlight chrome that I just apply. Now, I will add in my website, www.tīnovo.shop. All right, now I am gonna take my moonlight chrome and my stained glass gels, and this is red. So whenever you have a chrome background or a shiny background, when you apply stained glass on, what happens is you can see the color and you can see the background also. And remember that not all stained glass is the same, because some brand of stained glass will be very light, and then some brand of stained glass will be very pigmented. So it depends on what you're doing. You search for either vibrantness or you search for deep and richness. It depends on what you do. So this is my stained glass gel that I love. It's deep and rich. But when it comes to shading, I like something lighter for it to easy for me to shade. So this is what stained glass gel red look like above moonlight chrome. So this is how I layer my chrome, and it also can blend. Let me put on a layer of deep, rich red stained glass gels. Just because it's semi-transparent, it is very easy to blend. It's my ombre brush. Going down a little bit. Move from left to right till it's even. And then going down further. Then move from left to right till it's even. Look how easy it is. This is how you blend stained glass gels. Here we go. Another colors. This time I will choose number 13 to blend. And what I have here is a layer of spark gel. And spark gel that I use is gold spark gel right here. Gonna blend some purple. See, this is also very pigmented. Purple stained glass gels. And you know, sometimes I use a palette like this because if I use paper towel, sometimes I will have lint. So this is my way to avoid lint. Is use a palette to remove my colors. See how easy it is to blend, how beautiful. And it can show all the speck and glitter below it. See, it doesn't matter how much cover it has, it will still show everything. So that is one of the special point about stained glass gel. And of course, with this aspect, you want something very pigmented. Now, since it's good at blending, it must mean that it's very good at shading too, right? So we are gonna shade this Mickey Mouse just to see. So first I need to shade its face. I am gonna use brown stained glass gels. This is number 12. Now, I'm gonna use a very special effect called frosting. Frosting is what I do when I want stained glass gel to be very popping underneath dark background, or when I need to lighten up a stained glass gel. So for this Mickey Mouse, this brown is way too deep. See this? It's way too deep. So what I am going to do is mix it with yellow oxide. Yellow oxide is number 9. It's very important, especially for tortoiseshell. I am going to drop yellow stained glass gel over here. Then I am going to move in with my white ink for frosting. And it's very important for you to use a hybrid ink like this, you know, ink and dye and pigment at the same time. That's where it's very, very opaque. 1 drop. And I would do, I think we'll do 3 drops. 1, 2, 3. The reason why I don't use white polish, because white polish are very heavy. So in this case, I use ink because when the ink is evaporate, all it's left is pigment and dye. It's very beneficial for me. I am gonna blend this up. Alexa, turn music down 1 notch. Okay. Now, let's use a filler brush to blend. This is my filler brush. See that? Nice and light because I just frosted. It's perfect for character painting. And then out here to blend it out, I either just use an empty brush or I use a little top coat if it's hard to blend out. See that nice layer of shadows. And then on top of here, a little bit shadow too. And it's best, I found out, to gradually add in shadow, which means you can do a light layers, and then what you can do is you can flash it a little bit and add in another layers. Because it's a little, and then you can add in. Add a little shadow right here for Mickey. Then blend it out. Little shadow right here. Blend it out. I use a lot of stained glass when it comes to character painting, just to add depth. And then another brush that you can use are the 7mm. I'm gonna use some 7mm next, just to add some detail right here. See how I do that? Can help add depth into the Mickey. Now, for the clothing, I will use red stained glass. And red stained glass is number 14, by the way. Okay. Now I am gonna shade some of the clothing. This is a very deep and rich stained glass color. See how well it's shaded even with a liner brush. And then I also use black stained glass for the gloves because it's white. So I am gonna use number 11. Okay, this is number 11. See how it's add more dimension and depth for the character that you choose. And then I want to use some yellow oxide. Okay. And if you want deeper, you can add brown into it to make it deeper. And then last but not least, I am going to use milky colors. And it's also a use for stained glass too. This can be a white stained glass if you want. This is color, but this is milky color. It's a little deeper than the typical stained glass. It's 50-50 opacity. I don't call it white stained glass because it can use for many other things except for what stained glass do. Milky cover a broader spectrum. And this will add more value to your work, meaning you can charge more money. And shading is pretty much blending. But shading is a little more tricky because it's not really an ombre. Because an ombre means drastically from the color, lightly fade down to nothing. While shading, it can be just very lightly. You know what I mean? It don't have to be blend all the way, like this right here, where the white is. It's just a faint glimpse of highlight. You know what I mean? It's not blend all the way. So there are many different form of shading. Let me go ahead and map this so you can see the detail easier. All right, let's clear this. There you go. See that? Now, so we're done with the ability that stained glass gel have. Now we need to do some design for stained glass gels. So first up, I want to do some texture design for stained glass gels. Do we have a food wrap or saran wrap, Dustin?
You want thin, don't you?
Yes, I want thin.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
And this is possibly too thick.
Okay. So first, let's go over something very simple, and then I'm gonna increase the difficulty as we go. Let's choose spot gels. And the nails. So first, design. Let's do some blending first. Do some blending design first. I am gonna choose spot gel gold. Get this. And spot gel is different than pixie gel because spot gel is a polish. And now I need art gels. Draw some pattern out. Okay. This will be another live to end up on our highlight. And remember that right now, don't even bother to comment because right now I'm not answering comments since it is a organized live that we have. I have to keep everything organized for our viewer. Comment will be answered at the very end. All right, let's do some design. When I need control, I always search out for my art gels. Help with stability. I do some random pattern here. Just something random. Clear this. Now, gonna use a smaller brush. Let's put our 4 color stained glass gels. Okay. I'm choosing red, cause it's my favorite. Number 14. Purple is number 13, you guys. Also very pretty colors. And then emeralds. Christmas is gonna be hot with emeralds. And then, of course, ultramarine. Okay. Now with blending, I need a 7mm brush. But I also would be nice to have an ombre brush. Okay. Okay, I am gonna blend this. Let's start with purples right here. Look how deep and rich it is. I'm gonna drag it out to about right here. Okay, now I'm gonna blend this. Look how easy it is. See that? Light and fast. Let's do a little more purple down here. I love to use stained glass gel to blend. Especially people that struggle with blending stained glass gel is a dream. See how easy it is? Lighting fast. Now, some green here. Be pretty. Look, I love to show off blending technique with stained glass gel because I barely break a sweat. Blend again, and I haven't even cured. Now, you know that when you cure gel polish, if you cure too fast, like about 2-3 seconds, gel polish can wrinkle on you. But you see, stained glass gel have clear element that when you cure, you can cure 1, 2, 3, 4, just a little bit, and it will never wrinkle on you ever. Blue here. See how nice blend. Blend it out. Actually, some blue down here would be nice too. Oh yeah, that's nice. Here a little bit, and I'm gonna use red. Christmas, I am ready. Blend all the way out. All right, so that is just a basic concept of a design that are blending using stained glass gels. Now let's move on to another design. Do you have the saran wrap? Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, this doesn't work.
None of it?
None of it. Okay, so let's do a ocean bubbles design. I am gonna start out with blue chrome first, using chrome base, and then I'm gonna use solid blue chrome. Found it? Okay. Then take out my solid blue chrome. Okay. I have been waiting on stained glass gel live for a very long time. Because a lot of people are familiar with stained glass gel, but after many beauty show, I have found out that people don't know the full extent of stained glass gel. They don't know its full potential. That's why I Can't wait for the live today to demonstrate its potentials. I wait for it to clear. Rub chrome on. And remember, guys, anytime that you use chrome, if you have chipping problem with your client, don't forget to use sticky. Rub one layer of sticky layer on top of this and then top coat, and your chrome will last until they come back. Okay, now I think I'm gonna dust it. The more you know about stained glass gel, the better it is for your work. Okay, now I am gonna use a blue design that require number 8 ultramarine. Okay, apply one of these on. Look how pretty already. Make it deep first, then one layer of milky, and I will use crystal concealer pen to make bubbles. Okay, one coat of milky. So milky colors I also counted as stained glass gel, but the reason why I don't name it, it's because it can do so much more than just stained glass. What stained glass gel can do. It's a jack of all trades, milky colors. Drop it in. Then some spot you can re-drop it to make it bigger. Now I'm just gonna let it there for it to marinate. And if you want, you can use a light coat of aqua just to soften up the white a little bit. You can do that. And then you can also blend with ultramarine. Let's do that. Now, I have my Saran wrap. I'm gonna do another technique. This is a texturized technique. What you can do is apply one layer of aqua. If you want, remember I just showing you everything that it can do. These are technically not really designed. They are just for me to show you what it can do. Everything that it can do. Let's count that layering. Now the next one is blending. I'm gonna apply ultramarine. I'm gonna blend it in. Okay, make sure I'm on screen here. Here. Now let's use some sugar gel for the fun of it. Use some white sugar gels and gold chrome. for golden sand. So I need to make the background chrome free with Teflon matte first. Teflon matte, when you put on any surface, it will become chrome free. Let's put on all over this so chrome cannot stick on this. Because next I am gonna do some chrome work. Teflon matte, which there will be a live for chrome work too later. That also very important. We have pigment live. Now we're gonna have chrome live, but this live is stained glass. But I need to prepare for my neck design. My neck design have several techniques, but stained glass is one of them. So you get first dip on some of the technique that are not the main star for this show. This show is all about stained glass, but you get first dip on some of the other technique too. Okay. So now I completely put Teflon matte on this. With Teflon matte, chrome don't stick on. But matted chrome do stick on. So be aware of the mask that you choose. You an open bottle of white sugar gels. This I'm gonna save it for show. Go to beauty show. Okay. So sugar gel, I am gonna apply on this as sand. Let's do a little bit right here. And maybe a little bit on this side. Okay. After I'm satisfied with the look, I'm cured it. 60 seconds. Anytime that I cure, just remember it's always for 60 seconds. Okay. Now closing my sugar gels. I'm gonna use my gold chrome. Wrap it on, and remember, it's good for you if it's solid. See, it's good. I have a loose chrome too, but my favorite is always solid. I have loose chrome for other purpose. Love use solid chrome because it's so clean. Okay, now let's chrome it. See, it's keep the background so clean, you guys. Teflon matte absolutely is a big star this month. So all out in Sacramento, we still have in stock, but we're gonna bring a lot to San Antonio for Teflon matte. See how clean the background is, no chrome at all. Just like that, you guys. Now, top coat it. If you want the chrome to be matte, you can layer it however you want. Me, I'm just make everything shiny here. Now, next step is a texture design. I am gonna make a beach scene, okay? So I need my art gel out. Art gel, I would choose turquoise, blue, white, open R3. And yes, I will have a class on blending colors. palette, mixer, and engraver. Apply a little bit of turquoise, white, apply a little bit of blue, wipe, apply a little bit of white, mix. Now, one thing about art gel, and the reason why I use art gel, I want to use a little pigment on it later. And art gel can adhere chrome and pigment at the same time. Wipe. Even though I lastly use it for chrome, I use my metal effect for chrome because metal effect is better for chrome. Beautiful aqua electric colors. See that? Absolutely electrifying. Now, okay, let me take a drink first before I start another design. Gel now have a good idea. If it's brown and it's very hot for like cocoa design, your imagination go wild now, aren't they? As long as you understand the purpose of the product, it's very easy for you to use it, and it will also improve you as an artist. Because most of the time people don't have idea just because they don't explore product good enough. But if you know everything that your product can do, the sky is really is a limit. Let's choose some flat brush. Now with my flat brush, I am going to go ahead and apply one layers of gels. Look at this blue. I don't know how it looks on camera, but it's like electric blue. Hear this? Now, we're gonna take some indigo and blend this. So I am taking out my pigment indigo. Super pigment. Always need a paper towel when I open these new paper towels. Okay, and I need my favorite pigment brush. Take this out. Now art gel is already here for 60 seconds. Let's go ahead and blend. Rub it in and remember our previous pigment lesson. Rub it in and knock it out. Just like that. We see a lot of improvement after our pigment live. A lot of our student work are amazing with pigment. We are very pleased that live will be there safe on the highlight until the end of time, you guys. And if later on you want to help someone that are struggling with technique, you know where that live is. Make them beg for it first, and then you can give it to them. Now I'm gonna blend this through. This is gonna be my sky. I want a blue sky. I do want a little contrast with my blue sky. And then I want some cloud in the sky. So I am gonna take white. Pigment base. Oval brush. Clean your oval brush with just a wipe of a paper towels. A dry brush, smudge it on in the bottom. Here, milky. We learned about shear element today, so we have to explore all our shear elements, what it can do. Put on some milky. Further blending it, make it real, make it realistic looking. Here, add another layer of it on. I'm just partially cured it, by the way. Wipe the paper towel with a clean brush. Smudge it. Here, milky. Always need milky. Milky is a must, you guys. And this formula is way better than my last formula. My last one is milk top coat, which is adhesion chrome. I change it into adhesion pigment, and it's stronger. Okay. So we're done with the sky. Let's do the waters. So I am gonna use my saran wrap, and it's important to find a food wrap, something that you use to wrap food on are perfect for it. It's very cheap. It's at Walmart, at your local food store. Cut a little bit of it out. Okay, then we saran wrap. One roll will last you a lifetime. Take out a little bit right here. And white texture effect gels. Let's use a used bottle of white texture effect gel. There. And a flat brush. Okay, with a flat brush, I scoop a little bit of white texture effect gels. There, just a little. Don't need a lot. Now remember, texture effect gel is not for emboss, it's for engrave. It's for creating textures. Apply a little bit right here. Stroke it out. Make sure it's not too thick. Just like that. Now I can use this. Lay it on and crinkle it. Remember, always keep texture effect gel thin. Black and white, you cannot apply it thick or else it wouldn't cure right. Now the new texture effect gel can be as thick as possible. Cure
Did you
this.
just say keep the white or black too thick?
Mm-hmm.
Does it cure all the way through?
Yes, it will cause problem. Remember, a lot of people are mistaken texture effect gel for embossed gel. It's not embossed. It's for engraving. It's for texturing. Okay. Close this. Now I need stained glass. It is time for it. I do the deep one, ultramarine, number 8. Open this. Wipe off my gels. I am done with texture effect. Take it out. Then unwrap your saran. See how thin it is? So it doesn't really give bulk to your surface. If you applied it too much, then you just have to do a lot of file work. I don't want to do a lot of filing work. So it's only a little bit right here. Now apply my blue stained glass gel all over it. Look at the majestic right here. Wave. Happy little wave. Here. And of course, you can also overlap in other stained glass gel colors. If you want, you can use this is aqua. This number 7. You can use that too. Understand your products. The most important thing in the world is understanding your tool and material that you work with. Here, you bought a car, you have to know what that car do. If not, you just do simple driving. But you want to be fast and furious, you learn how to step on the brake, you learn how to step on the gas, how to turn corner really fast, and then you'll be fast and furious. Same thing with nails. You learn what your product can do, you can do anything you want. All right, so waiting for the cure, and I'm gonna top coat it. I'm gonna use multi-layer top coat with matted and sanded. The sky needs to be matte, in my opinion. Look at the gradient that the pigment make for the sky. Matte all the way here. Shine for the waters. Voila. So that is something that stained glass gel can be responsible for. Doesn't matter what's in the background, you guys. This is flat background, doesn't matter. And this is texture background, doesn't matter. It will show everything. And a lot of people think that it can just show glitters. That's what they think. It can show glitter or it can just show chrome. No, stained glass gel can shade. You see how beautiful the Mickey Mouse are now? Beautiful shading. It can show all the texture, all the details. We're gonna do some detail design next. And for beginners, what works is they think that stained glass gel is just to put on clear now. That's it, like jelly color. Stained glass gel can do a whole lot. Let me go over some detail design. I need a nails. Now this one is gonna be your favorite. I already knew because it's my favorite of all time. Shadow. I'm gonna use it, turn the background black. One of the nails that I demonstrate at beauty shows are black. Then before I'm gonna use stained glass gel, I am gonna use a blooming technique here, and this is extremely important for people that like to bloom. For people that like to bloom, they use a lot of blooming gel, which is fine for abstract art, but for constructive art, especially when you use it for like a rose, a lot of people are panicking because a rose are intricate. And by the time they're done with a blooming rose, it's morph. It's runny and it's bloom way too fast. It's caught a lot of student panic. I have go to a lot of class and witness a lot of people panicking with this step. So I made 3D jelly. This has been for 2 years in the making. 3D jelly is your typical no white builder gels. Of course, I don't know if there's any other no white builder gel out there, but this is the first of its kind. It can do no white. But besides all that, what 3D jelly can do is that it can bloom, but it blooms slow. It is a controlled form of blooming. I will demonstrate this right now so you can see the powerful ability of 3D jelly. I am going to take our flat brush, apply one thin coat of 3D jelly out. And 3D jelly is way different than texture effect gel, which you already know about clear texture gels. It's non-cell level, but the 3D jelly is completely cell level or nice and smooth on its own. Okay, I have one coat of 3D jelly. Put it here. Do not get it. Close the cap. Thank you. Now, take this out. I need pigment base. Let me clean all of this because I don't need this anymore. Pigment base is a gel polish. Remember that. For this step, it's best to use a gel polish. Even though pigment base are very, very opaque. One coat cover. And for opaque gels, you don't have to be careful with white, but you have to be careful with black because of the way it's clear. Like shadow is very opaque too, but you have to be careful. Apply very thin. Pigment base is very forgiving. Use a short brush. I am gonna do a blooming rose. One curve, another curve, another curve. Now, to this point, people are starting to panic because at this point, gel is blooming like crazy. And then, since it's liquidy, it's drip. You know what I mean? If you apply too much, it's drip and it's more of the rose. Look how beautiful the rose is. And I don't even panic. I can chit chat or be distracted and then come back right to it. See that? It's give you timing for the bloom effect. So you no longer have to panic. See that? Slow bloom are very essential when it comes to design like this. Easy breezy. That's what you need to work with. It's something that doesn't stretch you out. Because I remember when I use blooming top coat, I'm like, I am so stressed that I don't even want to start it. You know what I mean? Use something that doesn't stretch you out like this. You can have a nice conversation with your client. Why are you doing this? Don't need to stress. Here for 60 seconds. Then for the detail, I will use art gel. Art gel is not a gel polish. It's very thick, responsible for detail. Let's use a 10 millimeter. So now I'm gonna work with lines. Now I just want to add a little more detail for this rose. Choosing the inside part of the petals, I am lining this around the edge of the petals. Doesn't matter if it's inside the petal or outside of the petals, but when you choose one direction, you have to follow through with every petals. choosing the inside. I'm gonna line all of it through. See, material. It's not that I have a magical hand or something. I just have a very good knowledge on material. That is what a nail artist, and especially a beginners, need to focus on, is a deep understanding of material. That's the way they can do anything they want. Here, now, it is time for stained glass gel. My favorite color yet, red number 14. Now, take it out. See how easy the blooming rose is? Now, what's this? Every detail, you guys. From the fade of the bloom to the detail, every single details will be shown on here. How beautiful it is when it removes a little bit excess. Just like that. See that, you guys? From the bloom to the detail, it shows everything. But yet, very pigmented. That what it have to requires is that it's pigmented, but it show everything. Before stained glass gel happened, I use gel polish and mix with top coat, which is give me a similar effect. However, it's not sheer. It's kind of like 50-50, semi-transparent, just like milky. You see, milky is semi-transparent. It's 50-50, but no, stained glass gel, clear all the way. Pigment, but yet clear. Get it? And a nice layer of top coat on it. How cool. Oh, nice and glassy here. And let's dress it up with some gold pixie gels. It is back in stock finally. Gold pixie gel here. Now gold pixie gel is not spark gel. I use spark gel for gel polish. It's a gel paint. Now gold pixie gel come in 3 color only, and a lot of people wonder why. See, that's gold. I handpicked the gold, not too yellow. It's one of my requirements. You have to look fancy and classy, not trashy. Rose gold, also a very rare colors, not too pink, not too orange. This perfect rose gold. Now, when it comes to a silvers, it's just a silvers. Nothing special about it, except for one thing. The reason why I only have 3 colors, because with a color like silver, you can make different color pixie gels by taking some silver pixie and mix it with some pigment. Now you have to be careful. Do not mix it with gels, because gels have different base, and with a different base on gel, stained glass gel will be no longer high class. When if you mix with pigment, there's nothing in pigment. So now stained glass gel remain high class, and it doesn't need any top coat, and you can use any color that you ever desire. Now, that is a little quickie on pixie gel. It's very easy for me to carry away. Last time a person called me and asked for one single technique on pigment. 3 hours later, because I get carried away, he basically have a free class out of me, and I don't even know it. He tricked me into a free class. Okay, go pixie gels. Add some drip. I always like to add drip with my red rose. Turn Becky hand upside down. Don't drip down, just like this. And then do not look at the gold, but look at the black background. And you want to make sure that all these square black are nicely round. Some drip for the rose. There you go. Now, let's continue. One of the techniques that a lot of people are desire is marble. I will demonstrate one of my very famous marble, the jade. Jade's marble is what I done about a couple of years, and every year I have redid the jade marble with a little update. Let's do a jade marble. Get Mickey off. New nails. For jade marble, let's start out with a deep emerald background. For this, I am using art gel, of course. Emerald art gel. Take it out. Now, again with a flat brush, clean this. Scoop just a little bit of gels and paint it over. So this is emerald. Now, one special thing about emerald art gels is when you mix it with clear, what happens is it will enter a semi-transparent state and it will give you this clear teal marble that are so pretty. I will explore it later on in different lessons. Try to not get too sidetracked here. But each art gel has its own little thing going on. This is emerald art gels. Now, when emerald are done curing, I am going to start with white ink. And remember, always, you guys, especially when it comes to this step, please choose a hybrid ink that are made from pigment and dye. Do not choose alcohol ink because it's very weak. You want something extremely strong. Shake it up and apply all over these nails. Like that. Okay. And when it dry, you can add a little more. But look how potent this ink is. That's what you call an ink. It's very potent. Right now, we have black ink, white ink, and brown ink. Later on, I will have color ink, but that will just be normal alcohol ink. But this ink right now just have 3 colors. Very strong and potent. Now, when you're done, when it's dry, I am going to make vein. And for those that are curious on brushes, this is one of the very special brush. In the filler and fishtail, I am gonna now use my fishtail brush, specialize on marbling. And I am going to use alcohol or acetone, let me see. Alcohol, just to see how it's react to this. Normally, I use acetone, but today I'm enter an experimental state. Okay, so I'm gonna have some alcohol, put on some fishtail brush, and you wanna smudge and run sideways. Now, with fishtail brush, you always wanna run sideways. It's built to make marble for you. See what a beautiful van that is made. See that? You don't need to work much with something like this. I remember students are sitting there and trying to make this van for hours by planning it. Look how easy it is. Easy at 1, 2, 3. That is a brush. The making of the brush save people. See that? No more hour and hour of struggling. The fishtail brush is basically a double liner brush, but it's not just a skinny liner brush. No, two of these brushes are flat at the base and point at the top. It gives it a nice sharp and smudge motion like this. See, these are not solid line. It's not like I take a liner brush and I draw a line. No, these are sharp and smudge at the same time. See, sharp and then smudge on one side to create the natural beauty of marble vein. Okay, so when you satisfied with how things look, it's time to put on our first layer of stained glass gels. I'm still kind of obsessed with this a little bit. Okay, so let's put on our first layer of stained glass gel, and for that we have to use our favorite number 10. For anything that have to do with jade and turquoise, I use number 10. One coat, you guys. Number 10 is emerald. Look at that. Beautiful. Here. Now, if you are minimalist, it can be done right here. But I'm not a minimalist, I'm extra. So I'm gonna do another layers, just like that. Identical like that, but overlap each other just to create contrast. That I can charge more money. Back in my salon day, I always do a little extra because not a lot of people do extra. So when I do extra, I can charge more. And my clients are so into it, they love my extraness. So remember, what make your client pay? It's not they don't pay because it's not because of how much the service is. They don't pay because you're not confident. Remember, very important to know all your material and tool give you the confidence you need to charge whatever you want at salon. Put this on. See, it's already marble light for you. See that? Now, I am going to take my fishtail brush one more time. I am going to fix the edge so the edge can look more natural. Doesn't look like it's been drawn on. It look like it's actual marble. See that? Beautiful. Up here, see the edge a little solid? I'm going to ruin that solidity. See, just remember, when you work and you know exactly what you're doing, the client will pay for it. But when you work and you're trying to remember what to do, what I need to do next, see, when you bring your car to a mechanic, you will have the same reaction. If your mechanic doesn't really know what you're doing, you're not going to pay for him to fix your car. But if your mechanic confidence, your car turn out nice and fun, you come back, you're back to pay him because you don't trust anybody else. Again, I will have one thin coat this time of emerald stained glass gel. This is number 10. I brush very thin because I don't want it to stay white. I still want it to be green so it can emerge in the design, but I don't want it to be too much green. So I'm just on a light layer just to make sure that it's blend in. Look at that. And not once do I touch a liner brush. Not one. And when a person look at it, they must think, oh, Tino must have you liner brush layer after layer after layer and blend for hours. It's all from the fishtail brush. Thank to the fishtail brush. Here. Now, since we do marble, let's venture back to the tortoise shell. One of my favorite sets this year yet. It's a total shell. Because how do you know my favorite? Because all my nail art, when I'm done, I'm done. When I'm done taking picture and video, I move on. But after I am working on my total shell, after I take picture and video of it, I'm actually not done with it. I actually linger and say, man, how can I take another picture next year with this set? So I'm longing for it. So I already demonstrate total shell on my ink set, but there is a little update on the total shell that I think you deserve to know. Just a little top coat for now. Put on my shanded. And knowledge is your weapon. How you make money in salon is knowledge. Kia? All right. I need nothing else. And for this, I'm starting out with Moonlight Chrome. Let's see what now need to get rid of. This one. With this, let's start out with Chrome base. So now you already see a couple of things that stained glass gel can do. Remember, it can show every single detail, but very, very pigmented. Chrome base all over, just like this. One important thing about this, clear this for 60 seconds. One important thing about stained glass gel, especially when you first buy it, when the product arrives, you have to remember to take out the lid and take out a mixer. A mixer is built so it can fit right into the polish. So you can stir it. You always need to stir stained glass gel to make sure that you have full advantage of all the pigment in it. See that? It's built to fit right into the nail bottles. Why? And then you will never need to do that again. Only one time. Now, our chrome base is done curing. Let's take our Moonlight Chrome. Oh, it's over here. All right, Moonlight Chrome. Take it out. Then a shadow applicators. Now, Moonlight Chrome is a loose chrome. Apply in. See through. Apply on any color. It will transform that color into chrome, but you still can see the colors. Moonlight Chrome are also very popular in Sacramento. A lot of Vietnamese ladies love Moonlight Chrome. I can already guess what design they do. Probably one of the pink and white ombre. And then drop Moonlight Chrome on it every nail. The moment they see it, they go crazy for it. Then put Moonlight Chrome. Now, it's time to take out brown ink. Of course, you already know because I already show it on the other live. And remember, all our live that are important, I save it on highlights. So you can view it at any given moment. Okay. I completely chrome it. See how it's see-through? See, you can still see the little nail stamp behind it. Okay. So now with this, I am going to take out brown ink. And remember, brown ink also is a hybrid. It's also made with pigment and dye. Let's shake it up. Then I am gonna smudge it all over this moonlight chrome, making splotch for the tortoise shell. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to keep depositing ink until it's dark enough. Okay, and I need to wait just a little bit. Apply it here. And the way it would do its little magic things. Okay, after that, I will need 3 color stained glass gel. First color, that is number 9 stained glass gel. Very important storage shell because number 9 is not a typical yellow. It is a yellow oxide, like somebody call it a daisy yellow or a honey yellow. Oxide are very important in colors. So I'm gonna use number 9 yellow oxide. And then you also need brown. This is number 12 brown, and this is a very deep and rich brown. You also need number 3. Number 3 is a tangerine colors. Oh, nice. And we are going to layer stained glass. See, we haven't layered much stained glass so far. Our ink have done. Now, if you want, you can do a little connection too. Let's connect it a little bit. Like this connected to this. This might be a little connection going on here. So you can connect them to each other. And when they do this, you just have to wait, and they will blend out more evenly when they're done drying. Now, I am going to apply stained glass gel on. Let's start with yellow first. Take out yellow. And let it dry. And apply yellow right on here. See this ink right here? I should add a little bit on and not dry yet up here. It's fine though. Stroke it all the way down. Here. Then what you're gonna do next is another layer of ink, but this time you're gonna wash it. So another layer of brown ink, and then have alcohol and oval brush ready. Oval brush. Zoom it out. Take it out. Ink on. Not on the very same spot, but a little off. Now you apply all over. Waiting for it to dry. What happened is it's gonna make it more veiny now that you apply a second layer. So now you have a bunch of vein. That's what the alcohol is gonna be used for later, is to remove excess vein, but not all of it. So there is spot that are ombre and the spot that are veiny. Give the total shell its distinctive look. So go crazy on it, just like that. And if you want it darker, remember, keep depositing it. Okay. Here. Down here. All right. Now, let's leave it a little here for it to marinate. Closing my ink. Okay, when it's done marinating, you see this vein that I have right here. I am gonna pick a few spots and I'm gonna take alcohol and I'm just a little bit though, not much, and I'm just gonna erase it, the vein. Just here and there. Like down here, it's a little messy with vein. Let's remove this one. There. There. Let me see about this inside here. There. Remove here and there. Now, next is very important. I'm gonna make spot for the tortoise shell. I taking out shadow, zoom out, apply shadow on, and I am gonna pick darker spot and apply this cow print spot on. Make sure it's not too circle or too square. Make sure it kind of look like cow print. Apply this on. Cause I'm picking this because it's darker right here. Darker right here. Picking this spot. Okay. And after you're happy with your placement, then you're gonna here. Give it a little more spot right here. Now don't be too greedy. I'm getting a little greedy. Remember, don't be too greedy. We don't want to make it like cheetah prints. Hear this? After that, you would use the two remaining color of stained glass gel. Don't forget all comment is saved to the end. I will give you exactly 10 minutes at the end. 9 minutes to answer comments. So make sure you remember your question, but most likely your question will be answered along the way. I'm not done with shadow yet though. Still keep it there. Thank you. For those that are panicking on the tortoise shell and say, oh, how do I remember it? Oh, how to remember the layer? Just know that we have our live on tortoise shell last week. A whole live just for tortoise shell. Now, brown ink, brown stained glass on the side and only from the side. Then you're going to remove excess gel off the palette. Now, a nice clean brush. You can take half the brush and brush it just to blend the side into a little bit to the centers. Now, after you're happy with the depth here, then you will take tangerine and apply all over. This is number 3, stained glass. Tangerine is belong to the group that are light and bright. Remember, from 8 to 14 is deep and rich. 1 to 7 is nice and bright. It would fade the dark spot a little bit. See that? See, more and more and more. It starts to look like turtle shell. Now here, and then one last layer of shadows. This will complete its look. Add a little shadow on. They just a black gel polish. Choose any black gel polish that you want. Take this out. Zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. Because you see the black spot that I already put on is now faded. You want another black spot, but see a little off. Don't just put it directly on it. Use a little off. A little bit right here. See that? Still same area, but a little off to give it a nice distinctive characteristic that turtle shell have. See, just a little off. The speck right here. Now after that, let's clear it and then top coat. Then let's play with glow effect. Don't forget, stained glass gel and its frosting ability can be very helpful with something that are glowy. So we're gonna use it next. I feel the need to do a glow pumpkin since Halloween is approaching just around the corners. So for pumpkin, oh look, we need tangerine again. And why not have a little highlight yellow just in case? Top coat this. Check out this beauty really close for you to see all the details. Turtle shell design I put on my fingers. Beautiful. Here. Now for glow, always start out with a darker background. I choose black. Alright. Let's choose shadows. Apply a thin layer of shadow on. Anytime that you apply a thin layer, it's always help if you wiggles. It's more easier to distribute the color on, and then you can stroke it flat. Here, now next I am gonna take out art gels, and I am going to take out pigment base. First is pigment base, then it's art gel for details. Pigment base, I am going to paint a pumpkin, but you have to remember to keep the detail a little thicker. And a white gel polish that are very opaque is ideal. If your white gel polish is not opaque, then you either mix it with art gel or just your art gels. But since my white gel palette is very opaque, I use for design also. Taking out a 10mm brush, let's draw a pumpkin. I have to check my brush to make sure. I have to wash it a little bit. Make sure it's 9, 10. Okay. Don't forget to make your silhouette just a little thicker. Not thick in volume, but thick in width. Then I'm gonna paint the eyes. the jack-o'-lantern. Nose, mouth, down, another T right here. Colored in. Star around it. We're making thicker silhouette. Now, a lot of beginner, when it comes to this point, is mess with them, because most of the time when we design finished silhouette. This is not a finished silhouette. This is a prep for our stained glass glow effect. So remember, don't spare any thin detail. You have to make everything thick. That's why it's matched with them, because it didn't look like a nice painting or a nice job, but they doesn't know that this later on will be glow. Remember, don't let your artwork mess with your head. Make sure that you make everything super thick, super tacky. That way it look like super, super tacky. But anybody that are successful with glow effect, then you will be able to trust the process on your next design. Okay, now keep this. Then here comes stained glass gel again. Now with stained glass gels and this orange, I am going to apply it out and use a frosting technique to ensure that my stained glass gel stay well over black background. So stained glass gel tangerine with white ink for the frost effect. Apply this on here. 1, 2, 3. I do another one, 4. There you go. And remember, gel polish will be very thick. And you cannot control the opacity where ink is more forgiving. Make your tangerine lighters. There you go. I will have a lesson on glow soon. There is several techniques for glow effect. It's one of my favorite, by the way, for glow. I am choosing a 7mm. Fill everything in with stained glass. And go out of line just a little bit too. And remember, always important to be out of line. You see, if you haven't frosted stained glass, it's be more difficult for it to show up on black. Look how nice this is on black. Remember, always go out of line. Just like this. This lab is extremely important for, especially for the newcomer that I met on Sacramento, because stained glass is very popular in Sacramento after I demonstrate a couple of my design. So I want to make sure that I have the life of stained glass for me to explain thoroughly of what stained glass gel effect does, because just cover the design is not enough to tell people everything that stained glass gel can do. So I have to demonstrate a bunch of random technique like this just to tell you its main purpose, so you can take that and make your own design out of it. Here this, I want to use different colors like teal green or purple green. This is number 2. Frost it with white ink again. Blend this together. Then I am going to color the star green. And of course, maybe purples. It's Halloween. We have to play around. Purples. Ooh, this is some deep purple, boy. Okay. White ink again. Mix it up. Let's see how well it stand out, because we might need a little more white ink. Yeah, we need more white ink. There is some heavy purples. Put it right here, just in case. Okay, seems like it's lighting up now. I'm gonna put it to the test. Light out and on the black too. Always remember on the black too.
Okay, I see it.
Gonna need a filler brush for this. Okay. Now, after I'm done, I am going to clear this. And I am going to finish it with details. So details are very important for glow. And I say, if you're minimalist, you can be done right here. But if you want to further advance your glow technique, you need details. That will be a land work lesson for you. And again, I already demonstrate my land work lesson and save it on my highlight for you to view anytime. So anybody that are weak on land work, feel free to check out the land work lesson that I did 3 weeks ago. It's all on my highlight on the little circle on top of my page. Now let's finish this with white details. Embed right in the centers of the brightest spot, right in the centers. Do you see how glowy it's become? The eyes too. Feel it. And just in the centers. See that? About the nose. And for the star, embed right in the centers. Achieve the glow effect. Right in the centers. Okay, now when you're done, go ahead and clear. Then top coat. Now, top coat matte or shine, that's up to you. I choose shine on my glow. But before I cut this off, sometimes I like to do this. Sometimes when I'm done with glow technique, I like to go back a little bit. This is not the one I want. I want number 1. I want the yellow one. Sometimes I like to use either a pointy brush or a filler brush. When I'm done with my glow, I say I'm a little extras. I would like to use just a tone of other color, like the highlight yellow here, and I just go over the white, but not everything, just a little bit. That's just me being a little extra. I just want to show you, just in case you're extra too. I also use like hot pink for the purple. See some hot pink right here, and just a little. See that? Just a little bit, not much. If you want, of course, here. But if you're not extra, you don't have to do that. I just want to show you everything that I do, so you are aware. Let's shine this. There. These are glow effects right here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and clear. Basic glow effect. Now, in advanced glow effect, it's would not hurt to take a little art gel, and before you even design, like let's say this pumpkin, before you even design, I will make an orange blob or red blob right behind the background, blend it out, and then start to design. So the background not just black, you can add color to the background that are highlighting that spot if you want. Of course, we will cover all of that in our glow lesson. Thinking about next week, even though you never know. I haven't planned on staying class lesson this week, but I feel like it's just a perfect time. We also need a character painting live. We also need a color combo live, a color mixing live, a color theory live, a live on opal gels, a live on art gel, a live on different colors, like 50-50 mix. We haven't demonstrated Aurora gel yet. Still haven't demonstrated anything with spark gel, glams gel, diamond flash, metallic
I
liners.
say product before technique.
Yes. And the first ink that we demonstrate is brown ink. I still need to demonstrate white ink and black ink. All right, you guys. Time for question.
Question and answer. Finally, I know all of you are busting at the seams. I know I am. You have 9 minutes. It's 8 minutes and 45 seconds now.
All right.
As quickly.
Here I am. Time for question.
8 minutes. 8 minutes. What is the thing?
What is that thing that you put in curing the lamp along with the nail? It's just a bottle of acrylic. Because my lamp is sensitive. When you add pigment to texture effect to change the colors, did you add anything else to make it more fluid? This is not texture effect. I add pigment to pixie gels, and I do not put anything else to change it. I just put pigment on pixie gel. But if you want to make it more thinness, what you can do is add a little top coat to it. It will be thinness, but you have to make sure that it's no white to keep its cellular, to keep its high gloss ability. Because if you don't put no white top coat, if you put on sticky top coat, then its high gloss ability will be gone. Mua đồ nào của em bằng cách nào em? Đồ của em ở trên mạng gọi là 꽱ᴱ.shop, 꽱ᴱ.shop. Nếu mà chị thấy cái comment cuối cùng, cái đó là comment của em ở dưới này, dưới cuối cùng em có ghi cái website của em.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I had this wonderful idea for Tara to put all the comments here in this little bubble thing that I've been saving for a special occasion.
Lisa,
I'm so smart.
Lisa M asked, how do you remember all the extra little detail? There is so many details to make everything come. So for me, how I remember it is I'm the one that are creating it. So as a creator, I remember everything because it's like my children. How do you remember it is when a person that just making the step, it's a lot to remember. If you just making the step, how I learn things is I understand it. So like, let's say total shell, instead of just remembering 7 or 8 steps, you just have to know the basic concept. First, you need a chrome background. Why? Because without a chrome background, it wouldn't offer that see-through effect. Your total shell will be flat. Then you need ink. Why? Because ink makes vein. Now, without the ink, if you use gel, you wouldn't have any effect. It would be all floppy. Then stained glass gel, why? Because stained glass gel, you can see through the detail. If you use normal gel, then again, it will cover everything. Why yellow stained glass gel? Why yellow oxide? Because yellow oxide is more natural. Why brown ink? Why brown stained glass gel on just the side? Because if you cover everything gonna be dark. I put it on just the side so it have depth. It will make the center brighter for me. And why orange? Why tangerine? Why not tangerine from the start? Tangerine, besides to make my background a little warmer, it also will fade my black spot a little bit. So I can apply more black spot on. That is layering technique. And for you to learn, besides just mimicking, because I call that parroting. When my students are parroting, I less likely prefer that, because parroting, when you learn something like a parrot, you might remember something today, but not tomorrow. But if you understand it, you're not just able to replicate a design, but you will able to make your own design by understanding the product.
Be a crow, not a parrot. Crows.
A what?
You know,
Be a crow, not parrots. So that is the answer for Lisa M. An answer for Coco Bunny adding to texture effect. Oh, I already answered that. The stained glass gel have lumen effect. That is for 꽞ᴜᴜᴜᴜᴜᴜ. Stained glass gel do not have lumen effect. When doing chrome lace design, how do I prevent chrome from chipping away? But keep the race look up lace. When you do in chrome design, it depends on what you use. So if you use metal effect gel or texture effect gel, just know that you can keep the race look. You're not supposed to even have the race look in the beginning, because that means you apply too thick, and if you apply too thick, it will chip. So if you want the race look, 3D jelly or clear texture gel will do just fine. So after you apply your chrome lace, instead of just lacing it with top coat, use 3D jelly. And 3D jelly, you can apply as thick as possible. You have is as dry as possible. So that it depends on what material you use. And remember, metal effect gel is not meant for emboss. So if your design have a raised look, that is incorrect. It will chip. In Dress Beauty Studio say, never think about your shop in Europe or have distributor here. So I am no. Yes, it's a simple no. I am the only carriers in 꽱ᴜᴜ shop. Nowhere else in the world sell my product but me. You are parenting us, Papi Tina. Oh, thank you, Matt. Coco Bunny. Did I answer your question, Coco Bunny? I don't mix things with texture effect gel. I mix things with pixie gel, and I did what I did in the beginning is mix it with silver pixie gels. That man have really nice arm. Oh, that's my husband Dustin.
Arm.
He exclusive. Yes, I am completely exclusive. Nowhere else in the world sell my product but me. And if you ask that just for the shipping, remember that if we have distributor, it will be cost a little more. So that is the same with just the shipping. How do I keep the mirror effect with chrome? So that is for the fluffy. Now, when I do chrome, my shininess always stay the same. It's always perfect. But some of my students always ask me, they say, Tino, when I do chrome effect, my chrome is getting a little glittery. It wouldn't stay mirror. How do I do this? And I always say, well, just dust it. Just truly dusty. As long as there's no excess dirt on the surface, then when you put a top coat, it wouldn't flow up the surface and make your design glittery. And I tell people that for years, but I never once think about demonstrating what type of brush I use, because to me, everyone should have a brush for nail dust. That is just a no-brainer. And I have my fluffy for years, for 2 years now, and I never once advertising it. Just because everyone should have a fluffy, right? Well, this week when I go to Sacramento, I forgot my fluffy, and I'm telling you that my chrome design are glittery, and I use utter inferior brush. And if I like does it too hard, it keep chipping up. It keeps scratching my chrome, and if I do it too light, it just won't remove extra excess dust. So when I go home, I finally reflecting on that and realize the absolute importance of the fluffy. So I will explain the requirement for your fluffy brush. Now, first, you have to have something that are soft with no corners. You don't want corner on your brush. Have something that you can sink into. See how soft it is. The other thing is the length of the bristle. It has to be long, because short bristle will scratch the brush because it's way too short and way too stiff. It will scratch it. It has to be long, and it cannot be constricted. Some brushes are constricted, so it's stiff. You know what I mean? Like constricted like this. Stiff with making the surface stiff, and you can scratch a chrome with it. So it have to be loose. See how loose it is? That's the third requirement for it. Now you do want something that are nice and round, because flat brushes are also not very friendly when it comes to dusting. So with these requirements on the fluffy, I can go crazy. When I dust my chrome, I go crazy. I don't like lighten up my pressure. I go crazy on my chrome, and people usually ask me, they're like, but when I do that, it scratch my chrome. And I say, how can it scratch a chrome? I never once think about the importance of this fluffy brush, and I will have a live on just the fluffy brush, because that's extremely important. That what make your chrome mirroring, is that you have successfully dust all excess dust off.
So now that we know it's more important, we can charge 40% more. We're gonna have a for just a brush.
Oh yes, Matt. Oh, about the question of Teflon Matte. Yes, Teflon Matte is a new star for the show, and it's the most important element. And I will have demonstrate Teflon Matte on Chrome Live. I haven't had a Chrome Live yet, and I will have the Chrome Live soon. And Teflon Matte is one of them, because before, to make a surface chrome free, you have to apply top coat and buff. And then for pigment, you have to apply no wipe top coat to block pigment. You no longer need to do any of that. This is a one-stop shop. It resists to all kind of powder. Teflon Matte resists to chrome. Teflon Matte resists to pigment. It is stainless, so people can wear Teflon Matte and have a stain-free nails until they come back.
He just asked about that because he wants to hear his name come out of your mouth over and over.
Oh, isn't it now, Matt?
Yeah.
Yes, this is one of the big things this month is our Teflon Matte. Now, let me see. What other question out there? What other paste can you use for chrome? So beside our chrome base, we also have, so chrome base, let me explain chrome base for a second. Go ahead.
Matt, you better get on that quick, because he sold over 500 bottles and we don't know how many he's been selling since we've been here.
Teflon Matte have moved like wildfires.
We'll be ordering more replacement tonight.
When I look at my orders that haven't been shipped yet, because sometimes I went to the factory and I look at it. When I look at it, the feeling are appalled. Appalled because people don't just buy one bottle of Teflon Matte like a normal person would. No. They buy 20 bottles. They buy 30 bottles. They have buy my Teflon Matte greedily. When I look at it with disgust, because now my Teflon Matte have wiped completely. It have moved in like wildfire. I have to do extra order now.
Honey, that's kind of what we do, though.
Yeah, Yes, I understand. I
And
understand.
they may have salons, so it's not one person. They might have 30 people they're supplying.
If you have salon, I completely understand. Yes,
But
of
you
course.
other greedy bozos, oh,
But
dare
if
you.
you're alone and single and do nail by yourself and you buy 20 my Teflon mat, you have to know that when thing is running dry, all of us suffer, including me.
Oh no!
Because I am, if I don't have my Teflon mat, I am gonna be furious. Because this is one of the most important elements for me to design.
So
and just so you know, I'm in the same boat as everyone. When they run out of product, I was also run out of things to use, and I need my Teflon mat to use.
You heard it here first. Quit buying Tito's Teflon mat.
Anyway, so what else? Any word on the glue yet? The glue will be here in a week. On glue. Just gel now just bought 3. And we know she's single. But she's from Canada, right? Oh no, she's in New York. Not Canada. She's in New York. She can ship it to her place anytime.
Gosh. Not if you're out. See, remember, people buy like I used to when you hoard stuff because you don't want to run out.
That's what they do. They hoard. They hoard my product. Okay. You're obsessed with Matt. You're upset with Matt. Matt. I'm in Canada. Yes, we ship to Canada. Now, Canada, I can understand because the shipping is a little higher, so I can understand people hoarding in foreign country.
Right.
Do you ship to South America? Yes. We are shipping to over 100 countries worldwide. As long as United States Postal Service ship to your country before, then we also ship to our country. We only not shipping to country that we're not allowed to ship. So as long as you get a package from America, then we are shipped that too.
Chrome base. Right.
For Chrome. So I want to explain a little bit about the name Chrome base. It's a top coat. It's not a base coat. But if I name it Chrome top coat, you see, for the people that doesn't have common sense, what they would do is take this and apply it directly on Chrome to protect the Chrome. Because I think that's a top coat that protecting the Chrome. It's not. It's a top coat that you put on so you can drip Chrome on top of it. That's why I call it Chrome base, so people know that it's a Chrome base. It's not a Chrome top, it's a Chrome base. But besides Chrome base, our metal effect gels are specialized for Chrome. Our texture effect gel are also able to adhere Chrome. And remember, metal effect and texture effect don't apply to toothpick. And our newest texture gels, that is new texture gel. Now, for new texture effect, you can apply it as thick as possible because that's advanced technology. The new texture effect gel is new texture effect gel, have high gloss, just like Pixie gels, and it's have the ability to adhere Chrome, and you can apply it as thick as possible. So my new favorite, and I will also have different colors because now I'm loving it even more than before, since I have a few extra ability. The Pixie gels can adhere Chrome, of course, but I don't know why, because it's glittery. It should stay glittery. Art gel can adhere Chrome, but not as well as metal effect gels. That's it. That's everything that can adhere Chrome. Oh, metallic liner can adhere Chrome. That's it. The rest adhere pigments. All right. Now, German bit dress. All my life I save it, and for this life like this, I call it the important life. So let me turn around so I can show you where I save my life. So this page is called ꜱᴛᴜᴜᴜᴜ.shop. It's an Instagram page. Now in this page, as long as you see 4 nails that doesn't have any fingers, that is a live where I save all my life. So ꜱᴜᴜᴜᴜ.shop have a lot of saved life. I did different set like these, and I save all the life. Now, if it have a hand, then that's just a pose. But if it doesn't have a fingers, it just have nails, that is a life. Now, these are just life that I design with different multiple techniques. But for a technique that are concrete, like today technique is stained glass gel, I demonstrate just one. And I take a product and I explain truly about that product. I save it on the highlight. So far we have texture gels, highlight, gel ombre highlight, line work highlight, which are very important. I can explain how important it is, especially for beginner or even master nail artists. Right here is line work. Line work live is extremely important for everyone. Everyone have to watch line work live. Halloween live, I save all the Halloween live that I did into this little bubble right here named Halloween. Art ink live is my favorite. I love to use ink. So my first live on art ink is brown art ink. I still have white and black to go. Now pigment live is last week. Extremely successful. A lot of people have improved their pigment technique to watching the pigment live. And today I will save on this also. So that's my ꜱᴛᴜᴜᴜᴜ. Now, my big page for Tinos, beside all my fun posting right here, this is where I play with trend. I also save my highlight too. So every Sunday when I go on Votino for my big important live.
This just in, you can't comment anything because you know too much information. But I'm vaguely going to say we will probably get on here sometime Tuesday because Dreamtime Crystals is having a big launch Tuesday.
Yes.
And we're going to let them have the insight before the rest of the world gets to know.
Yes. Yes. So we will be online to discuss about our crystal launch. And I'm not supposed to say anything again because Swarovski rule is very strict. Oh, I'm sorry, not Swarovski rules. I'm sorry, but Dreamtime rule is very strict. So I can discuss anything about it. But on Tuesday, I will be up to discuss about that launch. Let me see if I have any other questions. You are amazing to share our technique with us. Thank you, Lisa M. My texture gel is totally solid. The new texture gels and the clear texture gel, yes. I think he no need to do a fashion show of his shirt. Okay, thank you for sharing. I wish them wizard. You're welcome. So should I save my money till Tuesday? Oh, that's crystal. That should depend on you. If you want to buy crystal, then yes, wait till Tuesday so you can get a new launch. Oh my God, says Simon. Yes, you show the finished design. Let me show you them. So this is a blue sky that I have go through the white texture, and I have put stained glass gel on there. This is a blooming rose that I have explained that stained glass gel gonna show all the detail. And this right here is where I do blending. This right here where I layer stained glass gels. And this right here where I have explained about shading, where I shade on Mickey Mouse. These glow effects right here. And this is where I go to blending, and I'm doing on top of bubble just to show some details. And this right here where I do shade, also using stained glass gels, among other products.
All right. I think that about wraps it up.
Yes. All right, we're done. And I will save it right after this. Anything else you need to add? Okay. All right, everyone. I will see you soon. And I will save this live in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, I will save this slide so you can review and you can learn about the product. And I will see you soon. Next Sunday will be another big live, and tomorrow will be our normal day for our live. And I will notify everyone in our WhatsApp group so you know exactly when I'm on. Bye bye, everyone, and thanks for joining me.